Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Xiaozhong Huang from Lanzhou University. Basically, Lanzhou is in the central part of continental China. So today I would like to share my memories with Eric Grimm, and also share some recent research about non-pollen pollinology studies. Okay, I continue. So thank you for allowing me to pay a tribute to Dr. Eric Grimm. I think he's a great person, and sharing his time, his knowledge, his love with many people. I have a chance to funded by Chinese Scholarship Committee to visit Illinois State Museum in 2013 to 2014 for a whole year. And Eric helped me a lot with my living there. And I also have some very great memories with him. So at the very beginning, I lived his home at his house for a few days, and then we drove from his home from Springfield to South Dakota for a field trip, and we did some excavation of a cave there. And on the way, this photo shows Eric is showing some species to me of the prey in the Central American plain. And I also visited the car range here, as you can see. It's very great. And this is some photos of the field work. And we camped in the forest, and here's some equipment, and also down to the cave. This is the team of the field work. It's a quite big team. And we stayed there nearly 10 days or something like that. During the field work, and Eric also met his family in South Dakota in the Black Hill. I think this is the whole his family, his brothers, his dad, his mother, and his sister. And also on the way, we visited Jane's parents, and we lived in his house for one night. And I have a photo with Jane's mother. So more than 80 years old at the time, and he's also shopping on the iPad. And later he also sent me a gift by Jane. It's very great memories. And when we come back from the field work, his garden has a very big papaya and papers comes out. Can see. Eric also shared this photo on his Twitter and Facebook. And during my stays in Illinois, and Eric took me to several times to Missouri, and this time we have been to the plant garden in Missouri, and he is looking at the plants in the water. And also we had a lot of good memory in some parties in his house. Very good foods there. And we also drilled a course from the lake called Cypress Pond in Missouri. This course were for Robert Heswander, a PhD from Missouri University of Science and Technology. And this is a field work of that. And we also attended ASSP in 2013 and in December at in San Francisco. After I come back, I invited Eric and Jen come to visit Lanzhou, and during that time, Eric organized a training course about the TDR and the Leotoma for more than 20 Chinese students, and many of them have got their PhD now. It's working in some institutes or universities now. And I took them to attend some concert in Grand Theater. It's here. It's my song here. And we also visited Hezhen Paleozoology Museum with them in southern Gansu province. On the way to Jiuzhaigou National Park, we visited the Temple of Tibetan Monks. Yeah, it's on the way. And yeah, this is taken in the Jiuzhaigou National Park in Sichuan province. I think it's a very nice place. It's beautiful lakes, and Eric encouraged me to do some research in this area due to some strict administration policy in this area, because it's also very busy tourist place. So it's very difficult to get permission. But now I'm still trying to do it. Okay, we published some paper together, and with Eric. The first one is 2015. I think Eric have spent quite some time with language and also helped me to do some give me some very good suggestion with diagrams. And we also published some paper in about the Holocene pollen records of the Altai Mountains. I think the data is also shared in the Leotoma database. It's published in GRL. And last year, we also published a paper about the fungal spore on the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau Lake. I will talk about this results later. And then last year, we also published a paper about the diatom effect on the grain size data of Kalas Lake. And it's published on Journal of Paleolimnology. If you are interested, you can have a look later. And we also, it's written by Dr. Su. He wrote the manual of new variant TDR in Chinese, and also Eric Grimm is the co-author in Chinese. And we recently met him in 2017 and also in 2019 in Inqua. With Eric talked about his new house in South Dakota. Actually, I planned to go there, but I think it's still in building. I'm not sure. So I will now move to some research progress of the fungal spore. As you may know, the grazing activity have very strong impact on the Earth system, especially for the steppe area. If the very strong grazing activity will modify the vegetation ecology. And when and why the pastoralism started is still controversial, based on different evidence. As you can see, based on archaeological finding, the different time of the domesticated animal bones at a different time in different area. But based on the genic evidence, the yak domestication on the Tibetan Plateau is starting from the 7,000 years ago. It intensified from 3,600 years ago. When and the grazing started. and maybe need some independent continuous records. So we get some two lake sites in northern China. One is Gonghai Lake in the northeastern part of the Tibetan Plateau, and another one in the on the Loess Plateau is on a mountain lake. It's quite small lake. So here is the landscape of the two lakes. The Gonghai Lake is about 2 square kilometers, but it's very shallow. It's a very high elevation, as you can see. The Gonghai Lake is a small lake on the mountain top. In this area, it's located at an area with some different subsistence strategy in this area. During maybe in the wet and warm period, the agriculture will develop well, but in the cold and dry period, the pastoralism is dominant. So, this is the chronology of the two lakes. It's a good chronology. The sporomela is a major proxy we used here, as many previous studies shows the sporomela type fungal spore is a very good indicator of grazing activity. And in China, we also investigate some fungal spore in the animal stomach. Baseline in the data, you can see the concentration and the percentage of the DOM. The sporomela is a dominant species type. And another colleague, Dr. Wei Haichen, is published a paper on PPG, Progress in Physical Geography. His data shows that the sporomela type is also very correlated with grazing intensity index, is positively correlated. But he also used other species together. This data is based on the modern soil samples, the intensity. But our data is more continuous from the lake sediments. Here is the data of the fungal spores from the Gonghai Lake, from northeastern Tibetan Plateau. You can see the sporomela is quite high after around 5,700 years ago since. But in the early Holocene, it's quite low. And why is like this? And the Gonghai Lake have a similar pattern. It's a little bit later, but it's intensified at 4,000 years ago. But it's become more evident from 5,600 years ago. This is the data. From the Gonghai Lake, we compared with the other studies, such as the soil profile from the archaeological site in the Qinghai Lake Basin, just very close to Gonghai Lake Basin. Yeah, you can see its change is very similar since around 5,700 years ago. It's become higher. And also we compared with the regional archaeological radiocarbon dates. So you can see it's a higher frequency of the archaeological data, maybe indicate higher, stronger human activity in that region. But in the early to mid Holocene, this period before 6,000 years ago, there are very strong hunting and gathering people activity. And there are many animal bones were remained in that area. Maybe that's also in that warm and wet climate, the wild animal can support the hunting and gathering economy. But after that, the people with increasing population and the worse environment, maybe the people transferred to domesticate the animals afterwards. And we also check in, this is a Gonghai Lake records. You can see it's here from 5,600 years ago. It's comparable with some animal radiocarbon dates. That animal bones is based on some data excluding the pig bones. And so this is Gonghai Lake, and this the profiles, and also the black carbon from Daihai Lake. It's very clear from 4,000 years ago, the grazing activity become more stronger. And then, so we compared with the methane concentration in the South Antarctica. You can see the maybe the stronger grazing activity contribute to the increase of methane concentration in the late Holocene, this period, since around 4,000 years ago. Another progress is about the Pediastrum. They investigated the species distribution in more than 40 lakes in China. And we found that Pediastrum semblix is more distributed in the warm subtropical area, the Pediastrum buoyans distributed is distributed in more colder area, and the Pediastrum duplex is between them. Yeah, and the concentration of Pediastrum is more or less related to the salinity, especially when the salinity higher than 1 to 2 grams per liter. Is the Pediastrum disappeared, but the exactly threshold is still need more work. So this is related publications. Yeah, the 2000 the RPP about the Pediastrum, and the other two is about the fungal spores published on GIO this year, and the last one RPP, and this paper is still under review. Okay, thank you for your attention. Eric links word with life, can, man, and knowledge. I think we can continue with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Huang. Thank you very much. Very interesting. Your results of your research.
Thank you
very much. Yeah. So now we had all three presentations here. So it's a time to close our session. So thank you for Huang.
Thank you, Nako. Thank you for organizing this.
No, it's my pleasure. So thank you for everyone thank you for joining this session. So now it was really nice to meet you all. And yeah. So finally, I would like to show announcement again. I can see. Here. Yeah, this one. So can you see the announcement slides? So now we had many memories of Eric, and we can some of photos and memories shared with all participants. So we are collecting photos of Eric for his family now. So please send your photos to this email address here. So, and AMCA also has a memorial fund where donations can be made in Eric's memory. So please check this AMCA, American Quaternary Association's website. and check it out. So, and now we are recording these sessions. So, and after the closing this event, the recordings of each session will be posted and to the YouTube channel. So you can see the all of sessions 24 hours from this link. So please check, keep the website of this event. So thank you for everyone to joining us, our sessions. And special thanks to Suzette for technical help. Thank you very much. And see you soon somewhere on the website, online meeting, or yeah, I hope we can see everyone at the real world. So see you soon. So I will stop my recording of these sessions.